Damien Phillips up for the mark, has it punched away from him. Warner uncharacteristically knocks it back into the hands of the Old Melburnians player in teal. Long handball over to Richard Webb, who kicks it to centre half forward for Old Melburnians, a pack of players. Bromwell's got the chance. Handball's off to the running Stuart Griffiths. Griffiths, a very poor kick. It's in the middle of a pack of players. And out of this comes Davidson with a bit of cool. Bit of cool there. Lawson takes a crumb off the pack from centre half forward and kicks forward again. It's bouncing towards goals. It's rolling. It's at the bottom of the point post, the goal post, just for the minor score. And another very, very opportunistic piece of play by Steve Lawson.
Yes, he's giving them a bit up on that forward line. Lawson has been noted as a half-back flanker, but he's certainly giving them some drive off that half-forward flank. The ball's been kicked back in for Old Melburnians, and the mark taken out there by Nichols. Nichols drives it up towards the centre wing position, but a very good, strong and courageous mark taken there by Kerr, who's on centre wing. Now puts the ball out wide. Here comes the big fellow at the back, the big punch there by Phillips. Knocks it further afield. Here goes Hanbury for Old Melburnians. Kicks a high ball up towards the wing position. 3 or 4 players getting under it. Eventually it comes down. Here's Davidson. Tries to get out of trouble. Well tackled. Keneally tries to throw the boot in. But the ball taken away by Simon Theodore on the left foot. Drives it up there over Smith's head. Here comes McMullen again. Handballs it over towards Smith. It's a long handball. He can't get his hands to it. Needs to get a boot to it. Runs into the open goal. Kicks the left foot and threads it through for Old Melburnians' second goal. 2-1-13. Collegians 1-4-10.
A bit of luck there for Old Melburnians. The ball did bounce correctly for them and badly for Stuart Hinchin. By the same token, they nearly made a meal of it because Smith, running into goal, could not quite get the bounce of the ball. Managed at the last minute just to sneak it in. And so a very handy goal. 2 goals, 1 Old Melburnians to 1 goal, 4 Collegians on the McKinnon Sports Medicine scoreboard. Back to the centre with umpire Wayne Hinton to bounce the ball.
Gee, McMullen's certainly looking very dangerous, isn't he, down there?
Yeah, you would think Parkin would have to tighten up somewhat on him as the ball goes down. Both players crash to the ground in the centre, but a big knock there by Bryan came through. Here comes Keneally. Keneally kicks a high ball up to half forward. Big punch from behind. Down there by Teal. Through comes Danny Thompson. Gets the handball over to Wallace. Wallace gets it up towards Schober, and those strong hands take a mark 30 metres out from goal. Stuckey did everything right there. It was a big chance for him to punch it away, but Schober, with great strength and strong hands, took a fabulous mark.
And he's well inside the 45-metre arc. Kicking distance shouldn't be a problem, and we have a very good line on this kick as it comes off the boot from the number 14 for Collegians.
Schober kicks towards goal on that left foot, just pulls it across and the wind doesn't bring it back. And an opportunity missed there by Richard Schober.
Yeah, did nothing on it, the wind then. Nothing at all.
So the ball being asked to come back. Sousa kicking out to Witts. Now they try it again and they go the longer option. Stuckey takes the ball on the 45-metre defensive line. Through comes here is Berry. Berry getting around Woolhouse. Handballs along the ground and only finds the boundary line. And there'll be another boundary throw in right in front of our commentary position here at Elsternwick Park. 16 minutes gone in the first quarter, and the McKinnon Sports Medicine scoreboard reads Old Melburnians 2-1-13, Collegians are 1-5-11. And here's the throw in. Good contest. The ball comes over the back. Galbraith trying to do some hard work. Eventually gets the kick out of the pack, which was good play. Pack of players go for the ball. Coming through there was Sousa. And some good defensive work. Forces the ball away from Thompson and over the boundary line for a throw-in. 55, 60 metres out from the Collegians' goal. Boundary throw-in. Phillips got the big knockdown. Proctor overrunning it. Griffiths knocked off the ball there by Wallace. Wallace did well to get the handball back to Phillips, but the boundary umpire said it was out of bounds. Good play there by Wallace. Once again, boundary throw in. Just down in front of our commentary position. 17 minutes gone. First quarter. Phillips again. Gets the knock down to the front. Kicked off the ground there by Lovett. And they're just forcing the ball around at the moment, Old Melburnians.
And Pollock's just come on to replace Warwick Green, and I think they'll run this tandem ruck situation all day, Collegians. They won't have both of them on the ground at any one time if they can organise it.
Bryan and Pollock do battle. Galbraith slipped over at the crucial moment as they had to pick up the footy. Knocked away there by Kerr. Woolhouse got one too high. Umpire said there was a throw. in amongst the pack there by a Collegians player. And the free kick is going out there to Robert Walker. Robert Walker goes wide and he finds Michael Lovett. Lovett now gets a short kick. They've got some loose players here. Here is Hanbury, 50 metres out from goal. Looks for a lead from Smith. Up he goes now. Big punch away there by Bennett though. Overrunning the ball there was Hinchin. Bromwell got the handball across. Here comes Webb now on the left foot. Webb goes towards goal and unopposed there on the goal line there was Berry. Played on immediately and kicks the goal.
It wasn't a real smart play by Berry. He was so close he should have gone back for a set shot. He did run the risk of having that intercepted, but he snuck it in, and it was very much like the Bromwell goal earlier on. So a goal to Berry.
Very interesting there where Brad Woolhouse actually copped one in the head and is a little bit sick and sore for himself at the moment, and it really allowed Michael Berry to break away and get down there and be on his own, and Brad Woolhouse just walking up to him now, so it just shows the importance of quick recovery.
Bounced out. Griffiths tries to do the ruck work this time as it was a poor bounce. Galbraith doing the hard work in the middle as he so often does and tries to force it out. Umpire's calling play on. The ball's fed out to Paul O'Brien at the back of the pack and he drives the ball up to half forward.
Walker.
And a good mark's been taken there by Robert Walker.
And they lead 3-1 to 1-5 on the McKinnon Sports Medicine scoreboard.
Walker's kick's a beautiful kick and a good lead there from Smith in front of Hinchin, and Smith has taken the mark about 30 metres from goal. He's having a kick from about the identical position that Richard Schober had. The other end of the ground, of course, but just on a 45-degree angle, 30 metres out.
Kicking into a bit of a breeze, so he'll have to control this kick.
In he comes now. The old Melburnians full forward, looking for their fourth goal. Lays back on it, and just drifts
Say
across.
from the cloud, it's only a point.
One behind, so 3-2-20. Old Melburnians move on to on the McKinnon Sports Medicine scoreboard, and Collegians are 1-5-11.
That's a pretty good result for Old Melburnians at the moment, because there's certainly the wind assistance down to the Glen Huntley Road end, which is where Collegians are kicking. The kick in has found Pollock fresh on the ground, the ruckman taking over from Warwick Green, and Pollock's long kick down the outer wing to the contest between Kerr and his opponent Theodore. A knock back into play, a run down the ground by Galbraith with a characteristic loping run, and a good mark from the Galbraith kick taken at centre-half forward by Damien Phillips. Damien going back for a set shot. Back to the play. Don't like that sort of thing happening amongst players. Anything could be happening ahead that you haven't noticed. But Phillips obviously fancies himself for distance, and with the wind behind him that shouldn't be a problem. And a very important kick for the Collegian side by Damien Phillips.
Great kick by Galbraith from the wing position. Put it out in front of Phillips. 45 metres, the big fella. Missed opportunity again, hits the behind post on the full and out of bounds. They need to make something more of these, Mike.
They certainly do. He can't afford those missed. I just thought he could have got it on a little bit quicker. There were some options closer to the square. Tony Witt's trying to bring the ball back illegally. You can't do that when you're out of play, Tony. You've played enough football to know that. So he's forced to go back and kick over his mark. Richard Schober on his mark. So he's come along the members' side. Big pack of players. It's punched forward. It's taken by Lovett, who kicks on his left foot up. Almost a tripping free kick to Lake. The ball spills free for Richard Webb. He's had two bounces onto his right foot and kicks it in to the contest between Hinchin and his full opponent, but Hinchin's strength gives him the mark. He feeds off to Parkin, who goes to the outer side. So the ball swooping around in a large circle. Davison loses in the run to the ball. It's close to the boundary line, but falls over. And the umpire has called it out of bounds with a couple of bodies falling over the top of each other, right in front of the Ansett Australia sign on the outer side.
A terrific example of Stuart Hinchin's strength.